Welcome back. It's that time again when the police get their boots on the ground to clamp down on crime as part of the Kae Molao operations. Gauteng Police Commissioner Elias Mawela joins us now to discuss this further as they are in Boksburg this evening. Good evening to you, Commissioner. Thank you very much for joining us once more here on ENCA. First and foremost, I just wanted to chat to you about sort of the purpose and the mission and goal of this operation. We've seen you move from area to area in the province over the last couple of weeks. Just talk us through why initiatives like this are vital.
Thank you very much once more for the opportunity. This initiative is very important for us, especially in Gauteng. Taking into consideration the challenges which the stations are having, there are certain areas whereby you'll find that due to limited resources, the stations themselves, they are unable to go in there and assert the authority of the state. I'll give a practical example. You'll find a liquor outlet with over 500 people. And you find that all those people are unruly, they are under the influence of alcohol, the liquor outlet, it is unlicensed and so forth, or it is not in compliance. The station, with one van and two members, they are unable to get into that particular space and check for compliance. And if the place it is not in compliance, to shut down that liquor outlet. So those kind of situation, it requires us to come with what we call it the high density operations, and then so that we can come and deal with those challenges. So when you see us weekend in, weekend out, we focus on those areas whereby stations on their own with those limited resources, they are unable to deal with those.
So I'm assuming that Boksburg in the East Rand is one of those areas. Just talk us through what has been the operation of the evening into tonight. What sort of crimes and instances have you been dealing with this evening, and how has the South African police managed those instances?
Yeah, for now we have managed to close 4 unlicensed shebins, and we have confiscated the alcohol. And remember the way people in those unlicensed shebins, and we have dispersed those people, encouraged them to go away because of the owners of those outlets are dealing without the required permits or licenses. And then in this roadblock we have managed to arrest 15 people who were found to be driving under the influence of liquor, and 2 vehicles whereby their VIN numbers and engines were tampered with were also confiscated. And there is also 7 people who were arrested whom they were found to be dealing with hardcore drugs. So these are some of the successes which we have achieved. Coming to the undocumented person, total 26 of undocumented persons confirmed by the immigration officers who are with us at these operations are also taken to the stations, and they'll be dealt with accordingly.
Commissioner, just on the point of driving under the influence, I mean, it is the weekend. Sometimes people take that risk. We know that they should not be driving under the influence. But just talk us through the process. If someone is caught by a South African police service member, what is the process when it is found that they have been drinking and they are in fact over that limit? Are they arrested immediately? Is there fines involved? What is the process? Just so that we know South Africans are aware of what the actual consequences are if you are caught driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs for that matter.
Yeah, with us in our operation here, we also have Gauteng traffic officers, we have the EMPD, and both these law enforcement agencies, they are in possession of the breathalyzers. So they test this individual, and should this individual found to be above the limit, we also have a nurse, a registered nurse, who is currently based at the police station. And this individual will be taken to the police station whereby blood is going to be drawn from this individual. A case docket will be opened, and this person will be locked up, and then we'll go and see the magistrate on Monday. And when arrive in court, the magistrate may decide whether to grant this particular person a bail, or they may decide to postpone the case to another date. So this is quite a serious offense, because of when you look at the number of fatalities which you are having in the province, And some of these fatalities are as a result of the people who are driving under the influence of alcohol. And we find that innocent people get killed, innocent people get injured by those who are deciding to can be on our roads under the influence of alcohol. So this thing is quite serious, and that is why we focus on those kind of offenses.
Commissioner, there's also been a lot of talk around CIT instances, cash in transit instances. Is this something that the South African Police Service is looking at the moment? And also, has there been any leads, any incidents found and dealt with?
Yes, CITs will remain a focus area for Gauteng. Reason being that, you know, all the cash vans, they have a huge footprint in this province. There is a high movement of those cash vans in this province. So we do time and again have those kind of incidents. But I must also applaud our intelligence communities because of, I've seen that some of those CIT incidents which have happened previously in our province, we are doing very well in terms of tracking down those who are responsible for that, and we have recovered a lot of firearms, heavy caliber firearms like your AK-47, and we have also recovered a lot of cash, which was also stolen by this individual. 2 weeks ago, 4 individuals were also tried to engage our police officers. Unfortunately, they found us being operational ready, and 4 of those individuals were fatally wounded. So it will remain a priority for us. Our intelligence community is on top of the game. We have the specialized unit, your NIU, the Special Task Force, and the TRT, who are also deployed to work with the intelligence communities. So if people they successfully commit those CITs, they mustn't think that is the end, because we'll chase them until we get them wherever they are.
Just lastly, Commissioner, there's been a lot of talk around South Africans and their faith in the South African Police Service and whether that is strong enough. We also heard from President Cyril Ramaphosa that he will be adding an additional 10,000 police officers to the force. Are operations like this helping to change that narrative, helping to once again instill that confidence in South Africans that the South African Police Service is on the ground and they are working?
Yes, definitely. For us to be on the ground here, amongst the others, is to show our communities that we are not sitting and watching while they are being attacked by the criminals in this province. So for us to be on the streets is to ensure that we maintain law and order, and at the same time create a safe and secure environment for our people. Against all odds, against all the challenges we are facing on the streets, we cannot sit back and watch while the people are being troubled by the criminals. So by so doing, I think majority of the people in this province and elsewhere, they appreciate what we are doing and they have that little confidence in us. But we call upon our citizens that they mustn't lose confidence in us, because should they do that, actually they are giving power to the criminals. The criminals don't know that they have a large support of the community, and the police, they are on their own. So the more we have the communities in support of us, behind us, supporting us against all odds, against all those challenges, surely it makes the space and the space for the criminal to operate to be a little bit smaller, and also to ensure that the communities, they becomes the eyes and ears of the police. Working with us, surely it will assist in terms of eradicating crime in our province.
We really hope so. Commissioner, thank you very much for your time tonight. We appreciate you speaking to us. That was the Gauteng Police Commissioner, Elias Mawela, chatting to us about the Operation Kae Molao. He is currently in Boksburg in the East Rand with his force on the ground, hands on the ground, doing what needs to be done, and just chatting to us here this evening on News 9.